Bottom line is, like what CZ says, think what Michael Saylor is doing. If you are in doubt, right, what do you think Michael Saylor is doing at this point? Probably thinking about his Bitcoin strategy and buying more Bitcoin, because Michael Saylor is an ultra Bitcoin bull and continues to add and load more and more and more Bitcoin. I hate to say it, Michael Saylor himself holds a substantial amount of Bitcoin that could have been in your hands. But no, it's in his hands now, and he continues to buy tens to hundreds of millions of more Bitcoin every single year, and he is just one person. The other big entities and institutions, they are going to be doing the same thing. So don't let small little dips or volatilities scare you away from your life-changing wealth or your financial freedom, because these big boys do not care. They will continue to load up and DCA over time, especially when there is golden opportunities like this, when there's volatility. I would not be surprised Michael Saylor comes out in another week or so and announce that he purchased, I don't know, another $150 million to the Bitcoin or $300 million Bitcoin. I mean, he announces it after the fact, right? But I have no doubt that he's going to be taking advantage of the opportunity that is with us right now, right? So just want to start off with that. I know a lot of you guys are still kind of worried, still kind of scared, wondering if Bitcoins will go lower. The naysayers now seem to have a little more ammunition. When we were hovering at 29,000, 30,000, naysayers, no one listened to them. Now they're getting a little more traction, but just know that this is nothing. It doesn't even register looking at this random news like this, where Momentum Capital is looking for the next Apple in crypto, right? And this is the reason why we have altcoins. Even though Bitcoin is the big daddy, I believe is going to replace gold one day as the ultimate, store of value, right? But many others, including VCs and angels and hedge funds, they're looking at the next Apple or the next Microsoft or even maybe the next MicroStrategy that's in the Web3 space. That's why alts exist. That's why they are putting a lot of money in there. And, I mean, it's not just them. There's so many other funds being developed right now or fundraised. And we're talking about ones that are like from Andreessen Horowitz, A16Z. I mean, we're talking about multi-billion-dollar funds made to invest in Web3. So it's not just about Bitcoin. It's about everything. It's about the entire space. Vitalik Buterin, who co-founder of Ethereum, decided to move 1 million ETH, okay, not 1 million ETH, $1 million worth of ETH to Coinbase. So there's a really good chance, I would say a 99.9% chance, that he has done so because he needs that money for something, right? I mean, there's really no reason at all to be transferring $1 million worth of ETH to Coinbase. And this is from a very old wallet that contained about $8 million. I thought it was going to be like $8 billion. No, about $8 million. So it shows right here that he deposited 600 ETH, about $1 million to Coinbase. My camera's cutting it. On the side, it shows that, right? So basically, it's a wallet from back in the day. I don't know if it's a spare wallet, test wallet. Imagine just having a test wallet sitting there with $8 million worth of ETH. That's pretty nice. But yeah, he's decided to sell about $1 million worth of ETH. Really no reason. None given. Maybe people will get up on him on X, and then he's going to answer why. But right now, no reason why. So we don't know, right? But is selling off $1 million of the ETH going to dump ETH in general? Of course not. If this was 1 million ETH being dumped, then yes, it certainly would. But $1 million worth of Ethereum on Coinbase is not even going to make a drop, I don't know, $1, okay? It's just really not. So he's probably, I don't know, he's just selling because he wants to buy a new Bugatti or he wants to buy a new house. Maybe it's for good reasons. Maybe he wants to donate that money to people in Maui. I don't know, but I think he's going to be selling that. But overall, I don't think it means that he's bearish on Ethereum. Shibarium, Satoshi Kusama, posted another blog post about how they're still working at it. Okay, they've tested whatever their whole Shibarium chain has been frozen for a couple of days. They've tested, restarted internally, seems to be good. But also they partner up with the Alchemy team, which I guess utilizing their validators and their hardware, they're able to scale Shibarium by 1,500%. I don't know what that means exactly, whether or not, because it says right here, top-notch metal infrastructure, which means I think Alchemy are just using better hardware. And whatever validators that SHIB was using for Shibarium must have been crap, because I think that's all it is. It's just better hardware to scale 1,500%, right? So we'll see. I don't know that like this, it's supposed to be a layer 2. It's supposed to be fast. Right, so the fact that it shut down due to too many transactions, I don't know, like inherently how much transactions it can handle, right? But we'll see. So they have this partnership with Alchemy Pay to utilize their infrastructure, and they, SHIB recently opened up a $2 million insurance fund to make sure that people that have their ETH locked in are not afraid. Total bridge right now about 2.2 million. In total value, ETH, Bone, adds up about 2.2 million, right? So they're working on it. All right. And then lastly, the layer 2 from Coinbase Base actually surpassed the daily transactions of both Optimism and Arbitrum, which is quite amazing. I don't know. It could be just a temporary hype bump, right? Because it just launched. But if you look at this chart right here, which I cannot zoom in anymore, but you could see Arbitrum has been going down. Optimism has been going up, but Base just skyrocketed recently, right after their launch. So again, it could be temporary, but we'll see. We'll see. And then lastly, some controversy over Opensea. Opensea is caving in, and they plan on removing royalty for creators. As a creator, you could put a royalty in there so that if your NFT sells in the secondary market, like whoever who bought it from you sells it to someone else, you could charge a royalty on top of that. But Opensea is removing it, and that makes Mark Cuban really pissed off because he's investing in Opensea, and also Yuga Labs, they're pissed off because now Yuga Labs is thinking about pulling all their collections out and not working with Opensea anymore because, one of the great things, I guess, about like Bored Apes and Mutant Apes and everything else is that there's a robust secondary market, and they want to make sure that continues. So if they pull out of Opensea, I don't know if they're going to come out with their own NFT marketplace or what, but that is also controversial right now.